Hi Leo, welcome to your monthly reading. This reading is for the month of March 2019. Okay, so you actually got a big spread this time. Take a look. That's because you have a big message. And March is a big month, right? All right, so what I'm seeing for you, Leo, is that March 2019 is going to be a time of initiation for you. If you would take a look here, initiation basically means where you are being energetically introduced and upgraded into a new energy frequency, so to speak. So you'll be learning with every initiation or leveling up comes a new set of skill sets to work on, a new set of people and friends and just whatever, or at least interactions, even if it's with the same people. So it also means it comes with more expectations as well. So let's jump right in. So what I'm seeing is you are at a time where, just like everybody else, you're going through initiation. But at this time, it's your turn. And what that means is that you are truly going to get to a place where you're finally going to learn what it means to be a good citizen of the world. And so what I'm seeing here are some of the lessons that you'll be learning. It's going to be heart-centered, so you'll be working on the heart chakra. I mean, all the chakras really, but the heart chakra in particular, where you are going to be learning what it means to enjoy nature, right? What it truly means to enjoy the self, to enjoy beauty, to enjoy caring for yourself on a higher level, not just like I'm looking good, this and that, but really what it means to be in a state of self-love. This initiation is also going to take you to a place where you're going to learn what it means to enjoy family, to enjoy, the angels are saying that's it, to enjoy providing for other people, to enjoy giving of yourself, taking a back seat so that you can provide for family. It also, during this time, you're also going to learn what it means and what it feels like to kind of take a back seat and to help other people prepare for greatness, to help them, not even for greatness, but to take a back seat and to help them in their lives. Because look at this. I see you as this man here with the axe. You're here helping this lady. You're getting nothing out of this, but your job is to help her get home to that place there by moving this tree, right? And it's going to be work. But what I'm seeing is it's like you're not thinking about what can I get out of it. It's like, what does it feel like to really give of myself, to be in that space? We all know people like that who would, give up their hours so you could have a better Christmas, or they'll take off their new shoes and give it to you because you have nothing and you're going somewhere, right? You're also during this initiation going to learn what it means. Let me pick up this card because there's a lot in this card. What it means to tear yourself down, what I'm seeing. What it means to tear your ego down and to allow other people, the angels are supporting that, to allow other people to shine, to have other people have the chance to get their ideas across and to take credit for something, whether or not it was you who came up with it, to have their name on the wall, to have their face on the wall. It's time for you to step back and allow other people to shine. I'm also seeing that it's going to be a time where you're getting more in tune with animals. For some of you that means dietary changes as well, understanding the food industry so that you're better able to care for the animals of the earth by not over consuming. Also taking care of pets. What else am I seeing in here? Just all around, just being a better person. What does it mean to be part of a community? Now, I know like that may sound strange, but for some of you, you might be like, oh my God, you're so right. Like I keep seeing things and people around me doing things and I'm taking notes, and because I feel like you're going to be learning by way of example. You're going to be seeing other people model this behavior for you probably first, and then you're going to have experiences of your own where you get to experience what that actually feels like. Now, I usually have moments like that in my life where it's like all of a sudden I can do something really well and I'm like, whoa, yay! And then the next minute I suck at it. But in that moment, I realized that that was an instructional moment with the sole purpose of the universe showing me what it feels like to be operating at that level. And so therefore, now that I know what it feels like to do that, I can now put my efforts towards trying to mirror that frequency or that energetic signature, right? So again, so I'm definitely seeing you're leveling up energetically in the month of March. And this is if this reading resonates with you, right? So if it doesn't, then there's probably another Leo reading for you on another channel for the month of March 2019. But for those who resonate with this, this is what you're going to be doing in the month of March. Again, so you're going to be, this is you, and you're going to be seeing these things and experiencing these things. And what's going to happen is that you're raising your energetic frequency. So you're ascending, if you want to put it that way. Initiation, yay! So I see in your life right now, or in March rather, or now, you're going to come to a place where you're like, how did I end up here? Because take a look at this guy. It's like, how did he end up in this swamp way in the back with these, things hanging around him? So it's kind of like, how did I end up here in this place in my life? What have I been doing? It's like self-assessment. You're going to have that question and that idea come from deep within. And the reason why it's coming from deep within and the reason why it's coming now is because it's time for initiation. They say that once the student's ready, the teacher appears. So really the initiation is coming as a result of you having these feelings. But I see in this lifetime what you've managed to accomplish is that you've managed to make some headway, right? You're able to still see the beauty in failed relationships, some heartbreaks and stuff, even though some of them may still hurt and you may not have fully healed. You're you're still able to see the beauty in those relationships, and you're able to bow down to the lessons that were in those relationships. I see that you're also able to see the healing that comes from those relationships, and I know that you're able to see relationships in the future as having a healing potential, even if they don't manage to work out in the way that you'd like them to work out. I see that you've also managed to go forward in your life and to take with you what you have learned from these relationships and these life events. That's also a matter of maturity. So and they're also saying that you're able to make smarter decisions. You're able to be conscious of if you have to make a decision, you're able to be conscious to the point where you're looking at what you've done in the past and you're integrating it. I know it sounds like, duh, that's what people do, but actually that's not what a lot of people do. Many people do that, but not most. And so I see that in the cards here, the angels are saying, yes, great job for what you've been able to do. I'm also seeing that for a lot of you, maybe not all of you watching, God bless you, but you're there and still in the brackets here, you're able to still see yourself as lovely and awesome and to hold on to that, even if you feel that there's no love in your life right now or people aren't paying attention to you now, and there's still a level of you being able to have that basic sense of self-love or self-awareness around yourself as something valuable. Now some of you may be watching, you're like, that's not me, but actually you might be surprised to know that it probably is you and you just don't realize it. Okay, I'm seeing also that some of you are even open to being criticized. You're open and able to take criticism, not only the kind that's gently whispered in your ear, but the kind that's dropped in your lap. The lover who sends you that passive-aggressive email that, the ex-lover rather, that tells you about yourself. So I'm seeing that you're able to still receive information and still to make it mean something of value for you. Okay, so that's beautiful, because the angels are saying that that's a prime example of someone who's able to use their resources, use everything that is produced and created through our own energetic efforts, right? Great job. Great job. I'm also seeing you're able to stay hopeful at times, hopeful. and just positive. I know that some of you are like, you just lost me with the positivity. But, that's what I'm seeing. Nevertheless, I'm seeing that there are still some things that you need to work on. And what does that have to do with? It's the C word. Oh, not that word. It's the word compassion, right? So I'm seeing that one of the areas that you're going to be moving into, through this initiation, and also that you need to just work on in general, is learning to have compassion, not only for yourself, but for other people as well, right? So I think that's something that maybe you've seen other people do, and if I were to be like, what's an example of compassion, you can probably tell me. But I feel that just like these things here, there needs to be an experiential element to this. So they're going to be bringing that in, right? So I see that there's going to be some kind of conditioning where you will be able to have that opportunity to experience and practice compassion. Experience meaning that maybe you're going to go through something in which you are going to desire and benefit from compassion from others. And then, of course, to round out the lesson, there are going to be some times when you're going to have to experience and offer compassion to other people. So they're saying there's give and take. There's more give and take coming into your life. And I think that, that's where you might need to do some balancing in your life. Just the compassion, giving and taking. And not saying it like this, because trust me, I'm in Aries, and, we're all pretty whatevs, right? But me, and first. But Leos do tend to have a little bit of a challenge when it comes to balancing the scales with value. Like, they may place themselves as being more valuable than other people, and that's just a mark of the Leo. It's the king, Leo's the king, and everyone else is in their court. And so they're saying that a unique challenge. They're making fun because they're probably going to say it better than I just did. I'm sorry. They're saying a unique challenge for Leos is to open themselves and to give of themselves, to other people. So amen. So I see that this is all about being more balanced, in compassion. I'm also seeing that another area that it's almost like your soul. Like, if you're watching this and this resonates for you, it's like I'm having a conversation with your soul. Your soul's telling me this, especially in this card here. They're saying that something that you want to build upon, this is soul talk, because you might not know that you want to build upon this, but they know. Something that you'd like to build upon is to have have relationships with people and partnerships with people, not just romantic, but where your ego is not in the driver's seat. So take a look here. It's like your soul's saying, I want to experience what it feels like to have a relationship where ego is not engaged. See these two? They're making a connection. Look at their hands. They're connecting truly. But then in their cups, they've got two serpents coming out facing each other. So that's symbolically, in this reading, the presence of ego engaging with ego. So you want to really, and they're showing to have balance with that. They want to, let's see, can you see? Okay. Your soul, you want to experience compassion, bring more balance in with that compassion, and see the other person as valuable as well, and also to have relationships that are meaningful and not where each of you steps into each other's ego, right? Because I'm seeing here in this card that a lot of you just have come to a place in your life where you're just like, I need to make a change, because where am I? I've come to the ends of the earth here, and I'm struggling. And in this card, I'm seeing a lot of alcoholism for a lot of you, or I don't know, some of you. I'm seeing a lot of alcoholism here. I'm seeing, people in their mature ages, 50s, 40s. But again, it's also experiential. So you could be in your 20s and just coming to this place of wanting to have a breakthrough. And I love to see this, because when you have this breakthrough card, that's when initiation occurs, right? That means that you've outgrown where you are. It means you've quote unquote hit rock bottom wherever you are. So Leo, this is a beautiful card to have. And look at the things that your soul wants. Look at the things that are coming in for you. I mean, isn't that amazing? And look at the things that your angels are saying that you have already accomplished, whether or not you feel like you haven't. I think that for some of you, you may not resonate with this part, saying, well, actually, I'm not as big a person as you're making me out to seem. But I would beg to differ, because a lot of times you actually have that inside of you because you've learned it through life lessons, and it just hasn't started to express itself yet at the physical level. But once you go through this initiation, which is a very real alchemical, energetic upgrade, you might feel it happen too if you're sensitive. You can just feel it. Once that happens, I feel that a lot of you will start to unlock these things, these lessons that you've learned that maybe some of you don't connect with at this time. It's latent, and once you hit that next level, it's going to start to expose itself to you, and you'll be working, and it's just me great. I could feel it. Okay, but I do sense some frustration, and it's not even fatigue, like I'm tired, I can't take it anymore. Not like that. It's just like I'm frustrated. I'm here at the ends of the earth. I'm at the end of my rope. I need a breakthrough right now because I've walked the ends of the earth. I've traveled this. I've exhausted myself in my hobbies, or I followed this whim and I did that, and here I am still. There's nothing here. What am I doing? What am I building for myself? How did I get here? And here you are waiting for that inspiration. Okay, so let's move on to the next level. So what I'm seeing here for you is that you're kind of you've played this role in your life where it's like the best word to say is you've been a performer. You've been performing for people for such a long time, and it's not so much to say that they forced you to perform. There's a performative aspect within you that's always there, and you're a Leo, and it's just gonna be there, and that's how it is. But you like to be seen, whether or not you're saying I don't like to be seen because in this lifetime I learned that it's not safe to be seen because this happened, that happened. But whatever. The point is, you like to be seen on some level, and whether that's being seen, quote unquote, is about being acknowledged for your actions, acknowledged for the things that you do well, acknowledged at work, whatever. That's all part of being seen. But I'm seeing that yes, you're there, and I'm seeing that you also enjoy being physically attractive as well, and physically looking good. But I feel that you're just and you also like to kind of be, I don't want to say on top of everybody, but I'm just seeing this, typical Leo stuff. It's just, you like to look good, smell good, and be considered good, right? But what I'm seeing is that you're just at this time in your life where you really want to have something meaningful. You want to have a breakthrough. You want to earn something because of merit, for example, you want to think for yourself, and you want it to be meaningful and have an effect on other people, not just because you don't want to just do those things to receive accolades. You really want it to benefit somebody. And I think you want to have a breakthrough in your relationships as well, where there's a meeting of the mind and a meeting of the soul. Take a look at this. A meeting of divinity, right? I think this card also shows me that you really want to pass something on of value to other people. It's almost like, I can say legacy for some of you, right? But it doesn't mean like I need my legacy. It's just something like I want to know that I'm alive today. My being alive is going to have some positive impact on someone somewhere. I'm also picking up for some of you that you want to be more in line with your fidelity. In other words, I'm seeing that some of you want to be in relationships with others where, and I'm seeing marriage here for some of you, but where you're not cheating, where there's not this desire to step out on the relationship and step out of your integrity. Maybe some of you have done that or are doing that, and it's just kind of getting old to you because you just want to be satisfied where you are. And I think for some of you, you're not. And I think for some of you who are stepping out and do have this feeling of wanting to just be satisfied with where you are, I think on some level you know that it really has little to do with the other person that you're with, and more to do with you and a sense of not feeling, I don't want to say accomplished enough, but not feeling spiritually accomplished enough. That's where, when we don't feel spiritually accomplished, that's when we start to feel like a feeling of not being content. And that's where we start looking outside of ourselves, outside of our relationships, just outside of our integrity in general to fill the void, until we get to this point where we're just like, this is old, like I'm doing all this and nothing's coming for me, right? And I think also that you're seeing other people's relationships, you're seeing other people at work, you're seeing other people just in general, and you're wondering how come they look so happy. And sometimes they're not happy, let's be honest, but sometimes they really, really are. And it's not that you're seeing their happiness, because happiness can turn to sadness and blah blah. What you're seeing, that and you're resonating with and what you're picking up on because of this initiation, because you've already started to go to that higher level. But because you've already started to go to that higher level, energetically speaking, now you're starting to pick up on things that you hadn't before. And now you're starting to pick up on their contentment, and you're wondering, how is it that they're content? What is it? Now your question is not at the level below this, where like, oh, they're happy, what are they doing that's making them so happy? Or is it that car? Is it this job? Is it that girlfriend or boyfriend? No, you're going beyond, and you're noticing, because this initiation has happened already, you're noticing that it's not happiness, it's contentment. It's being satisfied with self, and you want to feel that satisfaction that comes with that level of energetic signature. And so now you know what that kind of contentment looks like. And if you notice, it's all about other people, what it feels like, and yourself as well, what it feels like to truly love yourself, to enjoy yourself independently of how you look. There's no mirror here, but you're enjoying what it feels like to be yourself and resonating as yourself, smelling these flowers, right? An experience that's so unique, only you could do. What it feels like to be a part of a family, to be a leader in a family, to give to a family, to provide for a family, to do your part to create an image of possibility and future for those within your family, right? That's what mom and dad do. Mom and dad create the image for those below them so they can have the image as well. What does it mean to do that? And what does it mean to help somebody, to stop your car on the side of the road and to give them something that they need and say, don't worry, take it, to help them to accomplish? What does it mean to step aside and let somebody else take the cake, to take all of the recognition, all of it? And no one has to bat an eyelash at you, because yes, you were the architect, but this was a gift for that other person, and that's it. So they could have that feeling that you're so used to having, or that you crave so much, right? What does it feel like to have compassion for somebody else, to put your needs last, and to know that as you put your needs last, they put your needs first, right? What does it mean to actually engage and connect with someone at the heart space without the ego, or without the trust issues and all of that stuff that comes from ego? And I think that's where you are feeling this void, and because you're starting to you're being initiated into a higher energy signature in March, if it hasn't already started, I bet it has. Because of that, now you're starting to be able to put a name to what that feeling of emptiness is. It's contentment, and contentment, is, you're learning, comes through service to other people. Okay, and so that's a beautiful thing that's happening. I think that you want to finally have something that is bigger than the biggest house you could ever buy, and it's whatever that thing is probably intangible, you know. And I think you're tired of the heartbreak as well. There's a lot of heartbreak in this cycle here, this cycle of just, you know, living for the material, living for the eye and the spectacle, and it's just, you want something deeper, something that almost exists beyond you, something to which you can only add yourself to. And then when you're gone and you're on to something else, you have your legacy in the happy faces around you, right? So I'm seeing here that you're ready. I feel like you're ready. If this might not even come as a surprise to a lot of you guys. Some of you may be like, I've been ready for a while. when is this coming? I'm just ready to go, because look at this person. They're all suited up. They're ready. And they're actually exiting stage left over here. They're not even over here. They're just trying to get out. You guys are ready for that soul journey that's coming. Spirit is saying that you don't need to know where you're going and when it's going to happen. All you need to do is be in a state of trust. But I feel that you're actually ready to be led. You're ready to be led to something that's awesome. I'm seeing a 9 of Cups card here, which tells me this is going to be exactly what you're looking for. You're literally stepping into your wishes fulfilled. And I think that you're going to actually become a better version of yourself. Look at this Empress card, male or female, right? A better version of yourself, more authentic, connecting to your higher self. Because when you get on this path, this is becoming in alignment with your higher self, right? I'm also seeing that you're going to finally get to a place in your life where you're going to be able to see beyond fear. What does that mean? Like, when we look out into the world, we see the moon is fear here. When we look out into the world, we see the world through the lens of fear. But yeah, angels are saying that's it. But I think that what's going to happen now is, while there may still be some fears that you'll have to work out, of course, I feel that you're going to nip a lot of it in the bud, and you're going to start to see what it feels like to see the world through love. And that's a gorgeous and lovely thing. And as I'm saying this, I'm feeling, I have arrived. That's the feeling, because you're like arriving at this place in your life. I've arrived. I've matured spiritually. And I think that you're going to be able to shake off a lot of this grief that you've been feeling in your life, this discontent in your life, this stress, right? This frustration, and probably restlessness as well. I think some of you also have some unresolved grief related, because I'm feeling it here, and related to actions that you've done in the past, people you've hurt in the past, maybe because of alcoholism, maybe because of wrong choices, maybe because of infidelity. I'm hearing gambling, or just poor choices in general, not supporting people where they should have been supported, taking jobs away from someone else because you kind of backstabbed. Maybe you backhanded somebody, I don't know. But for some of you, right? But I'm seeing there's this coming to Jesus moment, so to speak, where you are going to be dealing with that grief, and I think that you'll be able to move forward and cut through that. And how will you be able to cut through that? In other words, how are you going to convince yourself that it's okay to no longer feel that grief? Because they say that nobody's judging us, and when we die and it's time to come to terms with stuff, the other person is not holding it against us. We are the ones who are holding it against ourselves. And it's almost like if you hit your friend by mistake and you're like, oh my God, and your friend's got a bloody nose, oh my God, you're like, hit me back, because it's almost like you need them to do that to you so that you could feel that you've been punished enough to get out of this space, to allow yourself out of the space of guilt. And I feel like that's what's happening. I think that you are going to finally have an idea, or finally feel like it's okay to move beyond this grief and to stop punishing yourself and to say, it's okay, I'm allowing myself out of this. Once you start this initiation, once you start doing these things and being of service and helping other people, it's almost like that's going to it's going to unlock a feeling within you that's going to give yourself the permission to give yourself permission to let it go. Okay, I hope that made sense. Anyway, so I see that this is a divine thing that you're stepping into, Ace of Wands. This is the divine intervention, not even intervention, what am I saying? Divine initiation. It's meant to take you to a higher level of functioning. It's soul growth, right? And check that out. The Sun card is the last card here. So the month of March, this is pure illumination. The month of March, my dear Leo, is going to be quite amazing for you. And don't you love to have that fire? Because you're a fire sign, right? Look at you. Initiation, understanding, compassion, letting it go, all of this stuff, and having the proper focus to move forward. It's amazing. You're going to have success with this, okay? So this is what I'm picking up for you, Leo, for the month of March 2019. Of course, stay tuned for the next week's reading. I'm gonna do that as soon as I'm done all of these monthly readings. So many. And this next weekly reading is gonna be for February 25th to March 3rd. All right, and of course, if you need a personal reading, you know where to find me. Check me out below. Email me. All right, thanks. Bye. Oh, have a nice month.